Welcome back to SSS Reincarnation Hunter. Our favourite unkillable protagonist Gongja broke several records as he conquered the tower with his companions. Now, Gongja, our moody protagonist, couldn't shake off the sense of melancholy after conquering the treacherous 10th floor and witnessing just how wicked the world could be. But little did he know, a surprise awaited him. As he stood there, lost in his thoughts, the ghost by his side began to shower him with praise. And then, out of nowhere, fireworks burst into the sky, illuminating the night. The news of the 10th floor being cleared spread like wildfire, electrifying the atmosphere. Curiosity sparked among the people as they eagerly wondered who had accomplished this remarkable feat. The internet was flooded with messages, all desperately trying to uncover the identity of the mysterious victor, but no concrete answer could be found. Even the top hunters, usually engrossed in their own pursuits, were ruled out as the 10th floor clearer, as they were found occupied with other endeavors. Just when Gongja thought he could hide his achievement, the gate guard of the 10th floor came running towards him, determined to confirm the truth. Reluctantly, Gongja revealed his identity to the guard, who stood in awe. But Gongja didn't let the moment pass without reminding the ghost of their pact. He reminded the spectral companion of the promise to call him Sir Confucius if he managed to defeat the boss within 2 attempts. And so, with a lingering excitement in his voice, Gongja made his way to a cozy cafe where he continued his animated conversation with the ghost, relishing in his glorious victory. Amidst their conversation, a curious cat approached Gongja, seemingly drawn to his presence. Unable to resist the feline's charm, Gongja scooped it up, much to his surprise. Little did he know that this seemingly ordinary cat held a secret. In a transformative twist, the cat revealed herself to be none other than the Countess, a figure of great power and influence, and she made him an offer he couldn't refuse, presenting him with the highest bid among the guild leaders who had gathered to confirm his identity. Before we continue, take a moment to answer the question of the day. What's the most spicy manhwa you've read? Comment down below for a chance to be shouted out. Now back to the recap. After the low-level guild leaders found themselves completely outmatched by the formidable Countess, they knew it was time to gracefully retreat from the battlefield. As they made their excuses and left the scene, the atmosphere was tense, and everyone held their breath, waiting to see what would happen next. Suddenly the doors burst open, and in stormed Viper, the daring and outspoken Rank 5 guild leader. With an air of confidence, Viper wasted no time in criticizing the Countess for bidding Gongja so quickly, questioning her decision with a hint of playful sarcasm. Just as the tension was about to reach its peak, another figure entered the room. It was the enigmatic Heresy Inquisitor, the fierce and cunning Rank 4 guild leader. Surprisingly, joining their ranks were the illustrious Paladin, the honourable Rank 8, and the mysterious Black Dragon, the cunning and powerful Rank 2. To everyone's surprise, it turned out that these top-ranking guild leaders actually knew each other. With a mix of camaraderie and friendly banter, they started berating the Countess for her audacious bid of 50k gold. It seemed that even at the highest levels, there was room for rivalry and teasing. Amidst the heated discussion, Heresy Inquisitor, always the pragmatist, suggested that they should all take a break and order some coffee. A round of agreement followed, and soon they found themselves gathered around a table, sipping on steaming cups of their favourite brews. As the caffeine worked its magic, the conversation took a more relaxed turn. They began discussing the incredible skill of Gongja, who had managed to solo clear the treacherous 10th floor. The guild leaders couldn't help but express their admiration for such an accomplishment. Then, unexpectedly, Black Dragon turned to Gongja and extended an invitation to join their guild. Black Dragon eloquently explained the importance of becoming part of a guild, emphasizing how it could bring hope to the outside world, revealing the tower's secrets and achievements. Black Dragon passionately argued that in order to make the tower an adventure once again, Gongja needed to be part of a guild. They stressed the significance of Gongja's identity being revealed to the outside world, as it could restore hope for the hunters on the first floor and create a sense of wonder throughout the entire world. Deep in thought, Gongja pondered their words, contemplating the path he should take. Finally, he came up with an ingenious idea. He proposed a card game, a battle of luck and strategy, to decide which guild he would join. The guild leaders, impressed by his fair-mindedness, readily accepted the challenge, eager to prove their worth. In a mischievous twist, Gongja secretly conspired with the ghost, his ally with special abilities. They hatched a plan to discreetly peep at the guild leader's cards, giving Gongja an advantage in the game. The ghost discreetly spies on the top rankers, revealing their strategies to the cunning Gongja. Effortlessly, he outplays them in every round, leaving the competition stunned and their sanity hanging by a thread. The tension is palpable as they drop like flies, one after the other, unable to handle the sting of defeat. But wait, just when you thought things couldn't get more intense, enter Viper, the sore loser extraordinaire. Frustrated by his continuous losses, he huffs and puffs before storming off to meet the Heresy Inquisitor. Will he find solace or plunge deeper into the abyss of his own despair? Only time will tell. With the stage set, the final players remain Gongja, the enigmatic hero, and Black Dragon, the cunning adversary. Countess, the master of ceremonies, deals the cards, signaling the climax of this epic battle. As the final game reaches its climax, the stakes soar higher than ever. The tension is palpable, and the audience leans in, hanging on every word. They discuss the tower, its mysteries, and their own burning desires to conquer it. The atmosphere crackles with anticipation, and then it happens. Gongja, fueled by his unwavering dedication, emerges triumphant. The cheers erupt as his long-cherished goal of not joining any guild is finally achieved. With a victorious smile, he concludes the meeting, vowing to excel and conquer the tower's treacherous flaws without making enemies. In a stunning display of self-assurance, Gongja dares the world to unmask his identity if it brings about positive change. With his mission accomplished, he bids farewell to the cafe, leaving us all breathless. But wait, there's more. He cryptically hints that the 11th floor will soon open. The anticipation builds as a crowd of excited onlookers gathers, eagerly awaiting the grand opening of the mysterious 11th floor. Everyone can't help but buzz with curiosity, feeling utterly clueless about who managed to conquer the formidable 10th floor. Among the crowd we spot Kim Gongja, along with the elite rankers, adding to the excitement and intrigue. As the countdown reaches its climax, just when we're on the edge of our seats, the internet erupts with the revelation of Gongja's name. Suddenly, a captivating hologram materializes above the crowd, capturing everyone's attention. It's time for the enigmatic 11th floor to unveil its secrets. In an astonishing display of agility, the awe-inspiring Sword Saint leaps to the top of the building, promptly becoming the first to transfer to the highly anticipated 11th floor. The atmosphere crackles with anticipation as other hunters swiftly follow suit, eager to embark on this exhilarating new adventure. But Gongja isn't one to be easily flustered. Summoning his courage, he manages to address the media, leaving them with an enigmatic yet motivational message. Have a good one, everyone. With those words lingering in the air, Gongja takes the plunge and transfers to the mysterious 11th floor, leaving us all wondering what lies in store for him. Meanwhile, on the 11th floor, an epic clash unfolds between the mighty kingdom of Aegim and the menacing demon army. Our brave hunters find themselves thrust into the heart of the battlefield, caught in the midst of an extraordinary and monumental struggle. The hunters find themselves in the midst of chaos as they're suddenly teleported to the bustling port of the Aegim Empire. It's a scene straight out of a monster movie, with ferocious creatures raiding the city and leaving destruction in their wake. But fear not, because the courageous commander of the empire is standing tall, ready to defend his land. Our brave hunters, however, are a bit bewildered. They're not exactly sure why they've been brought here or what their purpose is on this battlefield. Just as they're trying to make sense of it all, the Aegim commander spots them and rushes over, desperately pleading for their assistance. He believes that their presence will bring blessings upon Aegim, and he's not one to turn down a little divine intervention. Suddenly, the monsters turn their attention towards our heroes, launching a full-on assault. Quick as lightning, Sword Saint decapitates one of the beasts, showcasing his impressive sword skills. Inspired by his bravery, the hunters join forces with Sword Saint, fighting side by side against the horde of monstrosities. Meanwhile, Gongja, our confident hunter, stands tall amidst the chaos, choosing not to engage in combat. As if the universe recognizes his courage, he starts receiving rewards from Floor 10 right then and there. Valuable skills begin materializing before him, gifts that will prove invaluable on the treacherous floors 11 to 20. One of the skills Gongja receives is the location skill, which allows him to navigate through the perilous floors with ease. But he doesn't stop there. Gongja's got big plans, and he decides to combine his newly acquired leadership skill with the location skill, concocting the ultimate power-up. There's just one problem. Gongja has never led an army before. Determined to fill this gap in his skill set, he seeks out the Aegim commander, hoping to acquire his leadership prowess. However, instead of approaching the honorable commander, he takes a mischievous detour and heads straight for NPC commander Sabas Aegim. Using his cunning and silver tongue, Gongja weaves a web of lies, manipulating the commander into a deadly scheme. He claims that if he dies, the god of war will bless the battlefield, unleashing untold power. At first the commander is hesitant, unwilling to harm a hunter from another world, but Gongja's persuasive words and his unwavering determination eventually break through, and the commander reluctantly agrees to the plan. With a heavy heart, the Agem commander takes Gongja's life, unknowingly passing on his invaluable leadership skills. However, fate has a surprise in store for our fallen hero. Miraculously, Gongja finds himself transported back in time, 24 hours earlier, right before the battle began. Undeterred by his previous demise, he re-enters the battlefield with a renewed sense of purpose. Now, armed with a special sword and riding alongside the soldiers, Gongja is ready to face the challenges ahead. Gongja, the fearless warrior, emerges as the guiding light in the midst of the battlefield chaos. But here's the exciting twist. He's no ordinary soldier. Having experienced death and repeating the same day over and over, he's gained invaluable knowledge from each iteration. Now, armed with his newfound insights, he cleverly instructs the army commander on how to locate the demon army's cunning general. Peering at the map, Gongja plots their course like a master strategist. With a legendary holy sword bestowed upon the Agem Empire's founder by a divine goddess, he steps onto the battleground. As Gongja brandishes the holy sword, a surge of excitement ripples through the ranks of soldiers. They recognize the emblem of protection and begin cheering in unison, their faith and trust in him unwavering. Empowered by the holy sword and armed with a special gift, the minimap, earned for clearing the treacherous 10th floor, Gongja leads his army with unyielding purpose. Meanwhile, other hunters observe in awe as Gongja rides alongside the commander, their curiosity piqued. They whisper amongst themselves, wondering why he alone holds such a prestigious position. Unbeknownst to them, Gongja listens to their chatter with the help of his unique aura ability, while his playful companion, the Ghost, scolds him for exploiting his powers. Undeterred, Gongja steers the army valiantly throughout the battlefield, urging them to charge towards the enemy's main forces. As they carve their path toward the dreaded Demon King, their hearts filled with determination, they catch a glimpse of their formidable foe. With a fierce battle cry, they charge ahead, and Gongja leaps into the air, activating his mighty Goruk skill. In one swift motion he brings down the Demon King, securing their victory. Cheers erupt from the victorious soldiers as they celebrate their triumph, praising Gongja as the hero blessed by the goddess. Their voices blend into a resounding chant of "Long live the Empire," echoing across the battlefield. Meanwhile, the hunters band together to exterminate the remaining goblins, ensuring the 11th floor is fully cleared. As the dust settles, the raid participants eagerly anticipate their rankings and evaluations. The leaderboard illuminates, and to their amazement, Gongja claims the top spot. The hunters are astounded by his remarkable skills, unable to fathom how someone without an alias could achieve such heights. Second on the list is the enigmatic Sword Saint, leaving them perplexed and intrigued. Engaging in a silent conversation with the mischievous Ghost, Gongja acknowledges his extraordinary abilities, but the Ghost playfully refuses to accept the praise. Determined to improve, Gongja promises to learn swordsmanship before conquering the formidable 20th floor, leaving the Ghost feeling proud of his companion's growth. Just as the camaraderie builds, the commander interrupts, expressing his deepest gratitude to Gongja for his unparalleled bravery. Though initially skeptical of the ancient prophecy foretelling the arrival of heroes from another world, the commander shakes Gongja's hand, acknowledging the hero's incredible achievements. As Gongja steps onto the 12th floor, little does he know that an encounter with the legendary Sword Saint awaits him. But fear not, for Gongja has a loyal companion in the form of the Ghost, who warns him of the impending danger. The Ghost describes the Sword Saint as a formidable force, charging at his opponents like a wild man. However, Gongja, ever confident, assures the Ghost that he has his own tricks up his sleeve. Just then, the heretic Inquisitor joins Gongja, praising him for his heroic deeds on the 11th floor. Just as they engage in conversation, the Sword Saint launches a surprise attack on Gongja. But before the blade reaches its mark, the quick-thinking heretic Inquisitor jumps in to protect him. Curiosity piqued, she demands an explanation from the Sword Saint, who stubbornly refuses to reveal his motive for targeting Gongja. To everyone's astonishment, the Sword Saint goes a step further and threatens to sever one of Heretic Inquisitor's arms if she doesn't step aside. But little does he know that Heretic Inquisitor is not alone in this battle. In a flash of brilliance, she summons Viper and Paladin to the scene, ready to take on the Sword Saint. With the battle now in full swing, Viper can't help but marvel at the Sword Saint's strength. However, Paladin reminds him to stay focused on the fight at hand. Meanwhile, Heretic Inquisitor, undeterred by the Sword Saint's threats, requests a hefty sum of 20k gold from Countess. Countess reluctantly agrees, and with the gold in hand, Heretic Inquisitor performs her sacred techniques. The Celestial Clan Master emerges, bolstering their forces against the Sword Saint, and just when things couldn't get any more intense, Black Dragon makes an unexpected entrance, thanks to Gongjar's previous alliance with the Five Guilds. With a defiant tone, Black Dragon declares that if the Sword Saint wishes to lay a finger on Gongjar, he must first defeat all of them. In this critical moment, Gongjar taps into his connection with the ghost, communicating through their minds. The ghost reminds him of their conversation on the 11th floor, emphasizing the two strategies to face a formidable opponent, overpowering them alone or raising an army. Realizing that the Five Guilds now stand as his formidable army, Gongjar addresses the Sword Saint with disarming politeness, playing the role of an innocent bystander. Deep within him, Gongjar knows that the Sword Saint can see the kill count on his head. In a dramatic showdown, the Sword Saint stands his ground, determined to vanquish Gongjar. He reveals his solitary pursuit in the tower, driven by the desire to prove that one can reach the pinnacle alone. With conviction, he declares that greatness can be achieved with a single sword, relying solely on talent and effort. His cutting words deeply wound the Black Dragon, who accuses the Sword Saint of abandoning them and causing the deaths of fellow hunters. The tension escalates as insults are hurled towards the Sword Saint, but he silences the verbal barrage, challenging his opponents to settle their differences with blades, not words. However, just as the conflict seems irreparable, Gongjar steps in, assuming the role of peacemaker. He urges everyone to unite rather than fight, despite protests from the Black Dragon, who insists that the issue is not Gongjar's concern. In a surprising turn of events, the Paladin intervenes, promising to use her exceptional lie detection skills to uncover the truth behind the Sword Saint's desire to kill Gongjar. She gains the Sword Saint's trust, recognizing her unblemished record of never harming another human being. The lie detection trial begins, with Paladin assuring the validity of their statements. The Sword Saint poses his first question with mounting anticipation. "Is it true that you've murdered over 4,000 people?" Gongjar responds with a resolute yes. However, unbeknownst to the Sword Saint, Gongjar has only taken the life of one person, the nefarious Flame Emperor. The Paladin's lie detection yields an unexpected result, and the Sword Saint's accusation is nullified. Panic washes over the Sword Saint as he believes Gongjar is lying. But before chaos ensues, Gongjar calmly explains the circumstances that led to the demise of the Flame Emperor, painting him as a vile individual who had attempted to kill Gongjar himself. As his companions listen, they gradually empathize with Gongjar's plight, finding no fault in his actions. In a moment of reconciliation, the Sword Saint's anger subsides, and Gongjar extends a heartfelt request for an apology. After some intense persuasion, the Sword Saint finally swallows his pride and bows before Gongjar, offering a heartfelt apology. He's realized that his habit of leaping to conclusions and slicing up anyone he deems a murderer might not be the best approach. Wise choice, buddy. In a truly noble act, the Sword Saint pledges to put an end to his murderous ways and promises to grant Gongjar's every wish. And what does Gongjar request? Sword fighting lessons? That's right, our hero wants to become a master of the blade. Cue the epic training montages. To make amends, the Sword Saint even offers to accept any duel request from Gongjar. Talk about commitment. And guess what? The trustworthy Paladin confirms that everything the Sword Saint has said is true. Good on you, Paladin, for keeping everyone honest. But just when you thought the tension was over, in barges the extravagant Countess, who just can't resist stirring the pot. She playfully exclaims, "Oh no, does that mean my hard-earned 20k gold was wasted for nothing?" Oh, Countess, always adding that extra spice. As the Sword Saint shakes Gongjar with excitement, he drops another bombshell. He knows a highly skilled tailor who will create the most fabulous outfit for our hero. Looking good and fighting well, Gongjar is set to conquer the tower. In a surprising twist, the Sword Saint reveals that he has a granddaughter outside the tower, and what does he offer? To sell her to Gongjar's charms. Wait, what? Gongjar is a stand-up guy, and politely declines the unexpected proposal. This sends the Sword Saint into a hilarious frenzy. Who would have thought? Now get ready for the next level of excitement. The theme for floors 11 to 20 is role-playing, and with it comes two enticing rewards for Gongjar. He must make a monumental decision between the goddess and the demon rewards. What's at stake? Brace yourselves. The goddess reward promises Gongja the esteemed position of the Empire's Chancellor, along with all the incredible abilities and status that come with it. Talk about a power move. But wait, there's more. The demon reward presents Gongja with similar perks as the goddess reward, but with a twist. He will also be transported directly to the 99th floor after eliminating the top 10 heroes. It's like a fast pass to the highest levels of the tower. Choices, choices. As our hero stands there, lost in thought, his mind racing with possibilities, the hunters eagerly watch him, wondering which path he will choose. The selection begins, and it's time for the rankers to make their picks. Excitement fills the air as the first person on the list steps forward, ready to claim their reward. But wait, Gongja decides to do something unexpected. Instead of choosing a reward, he cleverly selects none. His cunning plan is to observe who among them will be tempted by the demon reward and expose themselves. As the others make their selections, the anticipation grows. Each ranker faces a tough decision between the alluring goddess reward and the mysterious demon reward. The tension mounts as the selection process moves down the list. Finally, it's the turn of the renowned Sword Saint. As he gazes upon the rewards, a realization dawns upon him. He comprehends the wisdom behind Gongja's choice to abstain. Yet, against his better judgment, the Sword Saint succumbs to the temptation of the goddess reward and chooses the Aegim Empire's head knight. Curiosity piqued, it's now the heretic inquisitor's turn. With a mischievous smile, she decides to unveil the rewards for all to see. The rankers gasp in awe as they finally understand Gongja's strategy. The heretic inquisitor also opts for the goddess reward, selecting the Empire's great general. The tension remains palpable as Viper and Paladin make their choices. Viper, aware of the risks, chooses the head royal bodyguard, while Paladin goes for the Minister of Foreign Affairs. They whisper words of caution to themselves, advising against the demon reward, knowing it would put them at a disadvantage. Next up is the enigmatic Black Dragon, who confidently selects the role of Chancellor. The Countess follows suit, choosing the Minister of Finance. As each ranker makes their decision, they silently remind themselves to steer clear of the demon reward, fully aware of its potential pitfalls. The selection process concludes, and the results are in. To everyone's surprise, it turns out that someone actually fell for the allure of the demon reward. In order to get to the bottom of this, Paladin is called upon to conduct lie detection interrogations. In a stunning turn of events, the notorious Black Dragon vows to take out anyone who has chosen the demon reward, but instead of relying on boring old lie detection, the valiant Paladin proposes a thrilling twist to unveil the traitor by having everyone confess first. Suspicion looms over the group, but all eyes shift towards Gongja, who cunningly avoided picking any reward at all. Surely he couldn't be the traitor, right? Even so, Paladin decides to interrogate him, and with a mischievous grin, Gongja denies any involvement. As tension builds and accusations fly, the guild members nervously reveal that they all opted for the goddess reward. Panic ensues as they realize the traitor might possess a skill to hide their deceit. But wait, Sword Saint bravely suggests that the traitor could actually be Paladin herself. Oh, the drama. Amidst the heated discussion, they reflect on the unbreakable bond that the top 5 guilds have fostered over the years. Surely no one would dare jeopardize it now. Once they establish the strength of their alliance, the unexpected happens. Heretic Inquisitor and Viper unleash their formidable skills, eliminating the 3 highest-ranking members. Shocked and enraged, Sword Saint charges at Heretic Inquisitor, slicing her hand. Viper steps in to defend his ally but finds himself outmatched. Desperate, Viper cries out for reinforcements, and the other guildmasters join the fray. Amidst the chaos, Paladin quickly assesses the situation. She urgently calls upon Gongja to intervene and stop the Sword Saint's rampage. Entrusting him with this pivotal task due to his neutral position, Gongja ponders his newfound authority and contemplates the person he has become. With heartfelt determination, Gongja pleads with the Sword Saint, revealing that they will meet his beloved granddaughter whenever she ascends the tower. Touched by his words, the Sword Saint halts the battle but warns them that they'll face his wrath once they uncover the traitor. For now, their focus must shift to finding the elusive betrayer. Gongja proposes a brilliant plan. If they destroy the Demon King's core, the reward will automatically vanish, rendering the traitor's actions meaningless. As Gongja takes charge and leads the way, things start to get intense. Out of nowhere, the menacing Demon King makes his grand appearance, sending shivers down the spines of the soldiers on floor 12. The rain that falls from the sky seems straight out of their worst nightmares. It's an all-out war, and the guild members are feeling the pressure, but this is no time to panic. Gongja stands tall, spotting the Demon King from a distance. With a sly grin, the Demon King taunts the guild members, mocking their audacity for summoning people from another world as mere shields. Yes, he's referring to the NPCs, the non-player characters who have been their companions in this virtual realm. The challenge ahead seems incredibly daunting, and the guild members start to lose their composure. But then, a glimmer of hope emerges. The guild members rally together and hatch a brilliant plan to halt the Demon King's rampage. They decide to fully embrace their roles, the ones bestowed upon them by the generous goddess. Gongja takes charge and assigns each member a vital task. Addressing Viper, the head royal bodyguard, Gongja commands him to lead the royal bodyguards, showcasing his skills and expertise. To Paladin, the Minister of Foreign Affairs, Gongja entrusts the crucial mission of finding the missing emperor, for leading the NPCs without their true leader won't be an easy feat. And to the Heretic Inquisitor, the great general, Gongja assigns the task of scaling the castle walls and comforting the disheartened soldiers who have been pushed to their limits. With their instructions in hand, the guild members embark on their respective missions, determined to give it their all. But just as Gongja thought the situation couldn't get any more unpredictable, the black dragon suddenly materializes beside him. Surprised, he asks her how she managed to appear so suddenly. Her answer? Teleportation skills. Impressed by her abilities, the mischievous ghost whispers in Gongja's ear, suggesting that he asks the black dragon to use her cool skill on him. Curiosity piqued, Gongja approaches the black dragon and requests to join her in teleporting. But alas, there's a catch. She reveals the restrictions tied to her teleportation skill. Undeterred, Gongja makes up his mind and agrees to teleport with her, ready to face whatever challenges lie ahead. In a blink of an eye, Gongja and the black dragon find themselves atop the towering castle walls. The sight is awe-inspiring, and the soldiers below look up with newfound hope. Motivated by Gongja's uplifting words, the black dragon raises his hands, grasping the legendary sword. In a thrilling turn of events, Gongja finds himself reenacting the very trauma that his killer once experienced. As the haunting memories consume him, the Demon King unleashes his power, casting a malevolent shadow over the land and drenching the armies in a relentless downpour of blood rain. Just when all hope seems lost, a miraculous intervention takes place. The holy sword in Gongja's possession radiates a brilliant light, piercing through the storm clouds and halting the gruesome rain. A collective sigh of relief echoes through the ranks of the armies as they recognize the divine intervention that has saved them from this grotesque ordeal. Grateful, they raise their voices in jubilant praise, hailing the goddess for her intervention. Amidst the celebration, the enigmatic black dragon steps forward, her voice commanding attention. She motivates the weary soldiers, employing her talent for oratory, honed through her Ukrainian heritage known for its powerful speeches. Gongja, captivated by her presence, engages in a conversation with her, pondering the most effective strategy to put an end to the Demon King's reign of terror. Gongja proposes a daring plan, requesting Black Dragon to teleport him directly to the heart of the enemy's lair, where he can confront the Demon King one-on-one. Though Black Dragon initially deems this idea as suicidal, Gongja's unwavering conviction convinces him that victory can be achieved through this risky move. Unbeknownst to them, the goddess's luminous intervention has begun to irk the Demon King, who retaliates with a blinding display of his own power, obliterating everything in his path. The royal chamber crumbles under the onslaught, claiming the life of one valiant hero. As the dust settles, Black Dragon, her sharp instincts at play, suspects that the fallen hero might be the Countess. While Gongja worries about the Countess's control over the tower and its connection to the outside world, Black Dragon urges him to remain focused on the immediate threat, the Demon King himself. With a swift teleportation, she transports Gongja to the front lines, where hordes of fearsome monsters await. To aid him in this crucial battle, the Ghost, a wise and otherworldly mentor, begins teaching Gongja the intricacies of combating these supernatural foes. Understanding the gravity of the situation, Gongja fortifies himself by consuming a potion, enhancing his strength for the impending showdown. Encouraged by the Ghost's guidance, Gongja embraces his destiny as a hero, prepared to face the Demon King and protect his people. Gongja fearlessly faces an army of goblins, strategically timing each move to perfection. With the guidance of the Ghost, he learns to fluidly sway his sword, effortlessly slaying one monster after another. The art of sword fighting captivates him, carrying him away into a realm of pure exhilaration. But wait, after just 10 seconds, Gongja encounters a colossal monster, yet he flawlessly slays it with finesse. His skills elevate to new heights as he levels up, achieving the coveted D-rank hunter status. His very existence becomes sharper and more defined. Suddenly, the Sword Saint joins the fray, introducing himself to Gongja. In the heat of battle, they both realize that fighting alongside someone can bring out their true selves. The Sword Saint proposes a partnership, wanting to fight together as an unstoppable team. As if that wasn't exciting enough, the heretic Inquisitor arrives with a battalion of troops, ready to exterminate the menacing monsters. Among the chaos, Viper, accompanied by his guildies and the royal troops, joins Gongja. Unfortunately, Gongja is so engrossed in the battle that he doesn't hear Viper, leading to a thrilling showdown between the two, but the adventure doesn't stop there. Paladin, a formidable warrior, joins the group, sharing her perspective on their duty. She reveals that she has found the Emperor. What will happen next? Find out next time by staying tuned for our future recaps. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more great recaps.